to Rethink and Repurpose Live, where we help you reprioritize your growth, your wellness, and your passions. My name is Lissa Figgins, and it's my mission to help women have the health, time, and resources to say yes to the things that are most important in life. And my intention each and every week is to introduce you to an amazing woman who can also help you with those priorities. So today, I'm super excited to welcome Ms. Kizzy Parks. Kizzy is a She's been an entrepreneur since she was a kid. Wait till you hear her story about how she took creative ways to, buy some of that fun kid stuff. And then that really led her on an entrepreneurial journey, as well as getting her PhD in psychology. And now she's the owner of Kizzy Parks Consulting, helping others, and has just launched an amazing new podcast that she is putting out into the world. So Kizzy, thanks so much for being on with us. Tell us a little bit more about how you're helping others and how gratitude has been a part of that.
Yeah, Lisa, thank you so much for having me. And welcome to all of you watching. This is so excited. So super, super exciting. I firmly believe that everything that I do is based in a couple of things. One is comes from a place of helping people. So I've always been entrepreneurial. I would resell golf balls through a fence when I was a little girl in Danville, Illinois. And I knew I was going to earn a PhD in industrial organizational psychology. Like I always knew these things. So what's really important throughout this journey, as for anyone, whether you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, or maybe you're just thinking of this journey, is to just have gratitude. And the number one is I have over 50 team members who work for me.
Wow.
And I think about my life journey. I think about who I am, what I've done.
Right.
And
From
it's such
cleaning
a
golf
blessing.
balls by yourself to 50
Yes.
people that are helping you. Like, wow, that's amazing.
And then 50 people are depending on paying their bills because of me. It's like, whoa. But, and it's just, I'm so grateful to them.
Yes.
That
Right.
K Park Consulting, KPC, all of these endeavors, the podcast, AdultFluent, none of this has to do with me. All of it is about them, and it's about our clients. So I'm so grateful to them. And I express gratitude internally, I express gratitude toward them all the time on calls. It's very, very important because often people think that those on your team should be as passionate and driven as you.
Right.
And it's the other way.
Yeah, because it's not their baby, right? But
No.
but you do want to care for them in that way. I was just listening to something yesterday that, in so many places in corporate America, the thanks you get is a watch when you get to so many years, and then you get to walk away from your cubicle and pack up your little box, right? Like that's the thanks you get. Whereas when you get involved with someone doing, and you're in a smaller business, that's on that level where that CEO, that team leader, that whoever that person is, knows you, right? They know your kids' names.
Yes.
They know like what's going on in your life. They're concerned, or they're asking about things. I think that's gratitude, and that's when people feel appreciated, right? So so tell us a little bit about kind of how you got from the golf balls, right, to what you're doing now, and maybe like what were some like wins along the way, maybe a win along the way, and then maybe what was a challenge that was along the way that you had to overcome.
Yeah. So while I was in graduate school, to earn extra money, I would work for like a consulting firm. They would say, hey, we're looking for someone to analyze data. I also taught for a school online. And for both of those, I was 1099. I was an independent contractor and I was a sole entrepreneur. And that started well over about
You don't have to tell us how old
15
you are, but
years
you look
ago.
amazing.
No, it was
Okay.
thank you. It was a long time ago. And so I was like, okay, this is awesome. I really like this. Like I'm getting paid to work on these efforts that I really enjoy. This is great.
Right.
Fast forward, my very last year in graduate school, I took on a graduate research fellowship at Patrick Air Force Base. And the director of research offered this opportunity to continue on in like a contractor position.
Okay.
I didn't really know what that meant. I had, I was like, okay, well, this sounds pretty good because I was praying not to get different jobs. So I thought this, I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur, had no idea it was going to start so early. So that was another win. Along the way, the biggest obstacles were cash flow and getting paid and needing to wait 30 days and later on making payroll and different things of that nature, because I went from this passion, this energy, this love for helping, to earning a graduate degree, to then running an S corporation.
Wow.
Like that. And
Yeah.
so there was a lot of learnings along the way. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of jump and learn on your way down, right? Like
Yes.
sometimes
Yeah.
though, but that's especially I think probably when you found that you needed other people around you, right? Like, you couldn't do this on your own. You didn't know everything that there was to know. So you wanted to invite people to be a part of that journey, to be, catch part of your vision, to see what you were doing so that they could they could be a part of that, right? And you're going to see that success. So I love that. So for somebody who's listening today and they're maybe in a spot where they're not where they want to be, or they thought that they would be somewhere that they aren't, like maybe it didn't happen as fast as yours did, right? And they're kind of going, I just I feel stuck here. How do you still foster that attitude of gratitude and and move beyond that when you're feeling like you're just not really happy with where you are?
Yeah, there are those days, right? There are those days, or maybe it's been like years, where you feel like, when is this going to change? I look at all the micro items every day. I
Love
look at
that.
the micro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very grateful that, I didn't have a lot of traffic on my drive. I'm so grateful for, like, today, the woman that helped me at the plant shop.
Mm,
I'm so grateful for my team as they're handling everything going on with COVID, like little bitty things like, oh, I'm so grateful that I was able to try this new coffee in my Nespresso. I mean,
yeah.
it's all of these micro things, because it's easy to focus on the big picture, like tragedy, right?
Sure.
Oh, I'm not there yet. I'm never going to
Mhm.
get there yet. Well, if you're focused on how you're not there yet, you're missing out on all these blessings. You're missing out on all of these really great things that are happening, because it's the small things. I
Right.
didn't go from graduate school to bam, over 50 team members, and I'm like hanging out on the beach and fanning myself with money. I mean, it didn't happen like that. It's
Right.
all these little bitty, like, kind of like
Mm,
little rocks and sand, and it all comes
mm,
together. And before you know it, you're like, oh my gosh, because you got to change that mindset. And the more you
right.
express that gratitude and show that positivity, then you're going to start getting it, opposed to focusing on what you don't have. And
Mhm.
most importantly, not comparing yourself to where you are to where somebody else is, because you don't know where they are in their journey. They could be in year 5 and you're on day 7.
Right, exactly. And, I heard somebody earlier sharing, like, he said, my Christmas card looks like I have everything together, but behind the scenes, everything is falling apart. Right. So we never know what someone else's story is. And I like that reminder that, we're on our journey and we're in the spot where we're at, and that's where we're supposed to be. And so to keep recognizing those little things as you go forward. So many great things. I love that we could probably talk all day long, get two curly heads together, right? And we've got
Yes.
all kinds of ideas that are coming out of here as we just are wanting to grow ourselves and inspire others. So real quick before we end, 2 questions for you. Number one, tell us the name of your podcast and who it's for. And then I'll help you put a link to that in the comments. And then if somebody wants to get in touch with you and, connect a little bit more, get some more information about what you're doing, how would they best do that?
So the podcast is called Adult Fluent. It's really, I'm here to say it's for all ages. Initially, I thought young people, but I've really come to realize, like, we're all kind of navigating that adulting ladder,
We're still
no
trying to
matter
figure
your
it out, right?
age. We really are. So I'll put the link there. So please check it out. There's some amazing episodes. I drop a new episode every Thursday.
Okay.
Also, please text me. I have this great community where I send words of motivation. I share about the podcast. I share really cool tips and techniques. And you text me in my community, 305-853-9481. And I'll put it in the link. It's really cool. It's not a gimmick or anything like that. You can always connect with me on Facebook as well as on LinkedIn. Kizzy Parks, can't miss me. And I
Yes.
welcome you to connect.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing your journey and also just what you're doing growing forward. I love that. And what I'm offering today is just a journaling little gift to help you think about where you're at, and that gratitude comes along with us stopping to evaluate where we are and what we do have to be grateful for, and then thinking ahead to the future. So I will go ahead and drop the link to that in the comments as well. So thank you so much, Kizzy, for being a guest today. Thank you everyone for joining us. I hope that this has helped you to rethink some of these priorities and that you're going to take some nuggets and share them with others. Bye-bye, everyone.